you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Sunday, the 4th of August. Well, it was a disappointing day on Saturday. We had a few non-runners in the end, and it kind of like split the bet up. We had two horses that had a very good chance of winning, and I'm glad to mention them now because I've forgot the names. One of them was James McHenry, tipped at 8-1. It was literally headed like half a stride before the line. And the first runner of the day, I think it was probably the unluckiest horse of the day. If you want to watch that race again, it's up to you. But it was won by the other Mark Johnson, Charlie Johnson horse. Was it Align the Stars? It was. I could see it travelling well all the way around, and I actually thought to myself, I wish I'd mentioned on the video because this horse. The reason, one of the reasons why I chose it, was because it's been meeting trouble in running on a regular basis, and I was thinking, hey, up, they're preserving its handicap mark, ready for this kind of meeting. The problem is, it met the same kind of trouble that it normally does. Don't get me wrong; it's a horse coming from behind. I know that. There's always a chance of that happening. Well, it did, and it did happen big time. So I'm thinking, I haven't got a tracker, but I'm going to have to open one soon because if you've got any recommendations, please leave it in the comments because there's been a number of horses where I've seen huge amount of promise. First of all, there was the horse Robert Johnson. Was it Robert Johnson the other day? It travelled extremely well all the way round. And then what happened was the ground, in my opinion, was too quick for it. But it was travelling fine up until they quickened. And then it just like, it just nursed it round. But it did the right thing because otherwise I think it would just folded completely. I just think that Robert Johnson couldn't quicken on the ground that quick. And that was actually Friday. Don't forget, I think it was. So Saturday, I spoke about Saturday. So I think it was about £10 return in total. I might be wrong, but I think it was about £10 return. And in the end, I can't remember what I put on. It was about 20 something. So whatever it is, it was a losing day. So what I'm going to start doing now is during the week, unless it's a big meeting, I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to try and make it so that it's a 10 pence each way, lucky 15. Then I'm going to have a pound each way accumulator. If all four place, it should pay, because even if they're not big prices, it should pay for the next few days worth of bets if I stick to this staking plan. So I'm probably not going to, well, in fact, I can't do that Monday anyway because I'll be using the free bet. So anyway, I haven't placed this bet yet. So let me get into Sunday's horse racing tips. Well, I'm sticking with Chester. I think it's very interesting meeting. Already, I've looked at one race and I've chosen about three in it, but I've changed my mind. I've chosen a fourth horse in the end. So anyway, let me get into it. So the first selection is Order of Malta, and all these horses, ironically, are 5-1 with Sky Bet. Every single one of them, but I've left them all to SP. So Order of Malta in the 230 at Chester, paying 4 places instead of 3. Hugo Palmer, Jason Hart, I believe it'll race prominently. And with it being Chester, it could be, and this goes for the majority, I could say the same thing about all 4 horses. A prominent showing, and then hopefully it can kick round the bend and hold on for at least a place. The second selection is Anthropologist in the 3 at Chester. So this horse, as I said, it led last time around Chester. It weakened. I think there's slightly quicker ground than last time. Last time it was good to soft. This time it's good. I think this horse will strip fitter. I think we really need to keep an eye on Charlie Johnson's horses. I do think they're beginning to like fire now. Don't get me wrong, that they've gone from finishing nowhere to sniffing around the places and also throwing up the odd winner. So Anthropologist in the 3 at Chester. It led last time. I think if Billy Loughnane gets to the front, unpestered, it could be difficult to pass. The third selection is Keynote in the 4 at Chester. This horse has been running. It's been running very free and showing loads of pace in much better races than this. I'm probably on stiffer, definitely on stiffer tracks as well. I think this horse, I think it's drawn 2. If this horse is prominent or leads, and I'm going to say gets an easy lead. Hopefully it does, but it's a valuable sprint race, so it's probably not going to happen. But if it gets to the front, turns no worse than third around the first bend, then we've got every chance. And I do like the look of this horse. This horse was flying last year. I think it was last year or the year before. Absolutely flying. It's probably we've probably just about found out how good it is, but it can still like peak if you know what I mean. I don't think it's going to be any world beater now, but I think it's roughly roundabout its handicap mark. It's going to run around that, but I think that this horse could still peak at some point. Well, I say it's early on in the season. It's not had that many runs, and I do still think that it's got a good race in it. And the final selection is Percy's Lad. So it's Percy's Lad in the 435 at Chester, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse is similar kind of profile. It's been running okay-ish, better than what it looks anyway, in big handicaps. It's actually been leading. I'm talking like 16, nearly 20 runner fields. It's been leading. Don't get me wrong, it's been weakening, or it actually came first of two in one of the groups it was leading. If this horse gets an easy lead, which I keep saying, which they don't normally at Chester, but if he gets an easy lead, it'll be very difficult to beat. It's been pestered. It wasn't pestered last time, but other horses helped it force a strong pace. But the time before, it was described as being pestered. So I think this horse, given a slightly softer lead, hopefully, could once again be difficult to pass. So I've had a 10 pence each way, lucky 15, and £1 each way accumulator. Really, we need to be getting a couple of winners. So that is the bet for Sunday. So if you can give me a like or a subscribe, I'm not going to ask for any comments, but apart from what tracker do you use if you use one? There will be selections for Monday. It's Redcar next Saturday. So as you're well aware, with Redcar, we need some rain in the lead up to Redcar. We don't currently forecast it for the day. We don't want it. If you want to benefit from the Redcar draw bias, it needs to be as wet as possible during the week, and then gradually start drying up towards race day. Because as we know, if it's described as good to firm in places, we know the good to firm places are near the far side rail and it favours low numbers. So, quick heads up there for Saturday already, and we're only on Sunday. So, if you give me a like, a subscribe, a share, a comment, I really appreciate it. So, Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.